Hello everybody, welcome back. We're going to have a look at SXP on this video then. So if you've not seen my videos on Bitcoin, just a brief summary is that I'm expecting a bit more downwards movement before an inevitable move straight back up again. We've got to look at things like the Dixie and the way that is likely to be bouncing from this 200 exponential on the monthlies. You've got to bear in mind that yes, the Dixie is down and it will continue to go down in my opinion, but to find a bounce around this area is relatively likely, but this is a monthly chart, so I'm not talking about immediate bounces from here, but I am talking about significant areas of support. So in my opinion that will transpire into a bit more of a downtrend with Bitcoin, but I'm not a perma bear. I'm not going to kill your dreams. I just don't think that the Bitcoin is likely to be making significant moves up again at this level. I think, well anyway, you've got to watch my Bitcoin video. So let's have a look at SXP then, shall we? So SXP here on the tethered pairing is looking very sad and very tired. But also, when you see a chart like this, there is certain areas of significance that you want to be thinking about. Now, a parabolic move all the way up and a giant consolidation all the way down. One thing you've got to think about is that, yes, we have come down 82% from that high up there. A lot of people are probably a little bit upset about that, but that's okay. That's okay. This is just how it works. Now, also, don't be lured into a false sense of security to think that these are the lows. The lows were lower than this at some point this year. This is just a Binance chart. It came onto Binance and went crazy like they often do. Then it went all the way back down, which is what they often do. That's the Binance effect, unfortunately. It's kind of just the way it works, I'm afraid. But what we're looking to see is a leveling out around these low levels, which is kind of what we are having. Now, we came down to as low as 72 cents, which I think is going to be seen again sooner rather than later. We'll go down to a 4-hourly chart to see what we can see here. And actually what we saw here is, amongst all this price action, which was very nice in itself, we ended up, well, a fake out and golden cross, playing out another death cross again on the 4-hourly, and the death cross to me looks like it wants more continuation because we're being rejected from the 200 exponential. These are facing down, price action's going down with it underneath the green 50 and the 200, I should say. So death cross took place around these areas and we're only down 10% as a result of that. This could be a trickling down effect. It could end up being a drop with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin decides to drop to these low levels, we're talking 17,150, maybe even 15,700, maybe even 13,000. This is all a long way away. Then obviously we're going to expect to see SXP drop as a result of that. This is SXP with the Satoshi charts kind of basically not doing much at all. This could have been considered reaccumulation around this area, and it still could be. In fact, looking at this now, it's not actually as bad as it might seem with the sats. But given the state of the chart, we have to respect the fact that we're underneath all these major moving averages and also this giant Ichimoku Cloud. And let's just have a look out of interest to see what that cloud has done recently, or when did that cross take place? Oof! Now this was a signal and a half. If only we'd have seen this in the past. This was the time where to have basically sold or got out or gone short. And as a result of that, what we saw was we'll be generous and we'll measure it from the bottom of the wick all the way down to the current price action. So I'm going to have to extend this chart a bit. So we'll measure it from the bottom of that cross. We'll measure it from down there, shall we? Just be very, very generous, right from the very bottom. That would have been a 76% move from that signal alone. Okay, so what we're looking at here is for the opposite effect to take place for this chart, for a buy signal. Now the good thing is that because it's kind of running really flat at the moment, it means that there could be one of those signals take place, with a reasonably small pump, or even with just this consolidation playing out for a longer period of time. But at the moment, there's no buy signal there on this chart. Anyway, there's no buy signal there. And again, we have to look for a buy signal if you want to get in at a low level, especially with something that could potentially make another significant low. Again, look, we're underneath every single moving average, even the 7 simple moving average, and beneath all of that. We're beneath everything, and we're beneath this giant cloud. So I don't think this is going to pick up until next year. And looking at the state of this chart on the daily, we're moving into January. We're probably going to be looking into January for any kind of significant buy signal on this. Doesn't mean that there can't be pumps, but it doesn't mean that is going to continue. When we want to see a continuation trend, we want to see one of these Ichimoku Cloud conversion baseline crosses, and we don't have that at the moment. So I would say that yeah, there's a chance that this could be bottoming out here on the Sats, but on Tether it won't have bottomed out. This will be brought down with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin does go down, this will go down more. So the Tether pairing, you will see more decrease, probably more decrease in Tether pairing than you would do in Sats at this level, because everything's going to go down with Bitcoin if Bitcoin does go down, which I think it will do. I might be wrong on that. Either way, I think it's not ready to be bought back yet, but when it is ready, moves will be significant on this one. We've seen them. I'm not saying that we're going to go to our all-time high or anything like that, but I would expect some big moves from where we are at the bottom when we find that final bottom. So buy zones for me are probably going to be lower than this point here. We're probably going to come down into the 60-cent zone, in my opinion, maybe even a bit lower than that. But again, until we see a buy signal on on a longer term time frame, it's difficult to spot an actual buy-in target. But again, with this one, it will be good when you find the buy signal, and the buy signal should have continuation, and it should represent essentially that the bottom is already in. But at the moment the bottom's not in, so it's difficult for me to give you a figure where that bottom will be. It's going to explore new lows, in my opinion, for Tether on this chart. It's not new lows in general, because it's been a lot lower than this in the past, but it will find new lows on this chart against its Tether pairing at least. Anyway, I'll keep you updated on this one. Until then, join my Telegram. Feel free to subscribe to this channel, and I hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.